is you want to go to your iTunes library. Mine's already open, and you want to do this first step. It's not necessary, but it is highly recommended, because if you don't do this, there's a chance that some of your iTunes content will not be backed up and will not show up when you restore your computer or are trying to back up your iTunes library, whatever. So what you want to do is go to File, Library, and then you want to click on Organize Library. Now let me give you an example. Let's say you download a music file or audio file from a website, and it goes into Documents or Downloads, wherever, and you want to play it. So you double click on it, and it asks you, where do you want to play it, or if you have your default media player set, it'll open up in iTunes or whatever. Just because it opens up in iTunes does not mean that it's automatically now stored in iTunes. If you double click on on the audio track, a link will pop up at iTunes, but it does not mean it will be stored in iTunes. All of the iTunes content is stored in a separate folder called iTunes, obviously. So what you want to do is you want to hit Consolidate Files. Now what this will do is it will take any files that are linked into your iTunes library that are not actually stored in the iTunes folder, and it will copy the files and it will put them in the iTunes folder. So let's say you have that audio recording or song, whatever, in Downloads, Documents, wherever. Put it in iTunes. You hit Consolidate Files and click OK. I'm going to click OK. Now what that does is it's going to automatically copy that audio track, and it's going to put it in the iTunes folder. Now it's not going to delete it from its original place. You're just going to make a copy and put it in the iTunes folder so that you do not lose that track when you back up your iTunes library, so that will still be there. Now, like I said, this is not an essential part of backing up your iTunes library, but it is definitely recommended and very useful if you want to make sure that you have full backup and just to be safe. Now, once you have all this done, you want to go into your File Explorer. You want to click on Music, and obviously right here you have your iTunes library. Now if you have any other music on your computer, it might show up here too. So click on your iTunes library and iTunes Music, and click on Music. Now this is where all of your music is kept. It is categorized by artist name. As you can see, I have quite a bit. Now when you copy this, go all the way back, because you want to copy this entire folder. You don't want to just go in here and say, hey, I just want to copy iTunes Music, or I just want to copy the music folder. No, this will not work that way. You actually have to copy the entire iTunes folder. So when you plug in your external hard drive, obviously it'll pop up, and you can do this couple different ways. You can click on it, you can right click and click copy, you can click on it, click Control C, and then go over to the go over to the external hard drive folder and Control V or paste it, or you can just click it and drag it. 3 ways to do it. As simple as that. Now, depending on how much content you have, it might take a little bit to transfer it all over onto your external hard drive. Obviously, this is the easiest way, because if you were going to burn all this music onto CDs, it would take hours, possibly even days, and it'd be a lot more expensive than this method right here. So, once that is all copied and everything, then you restore your computer. You don't, obviously, this is just to back up your iTunes library. I just say restore my computer because this is actually the scenario that I was going through for backing up my iTunes library. Now, if you just want to back up your iTunes library, then this is where you stop, because that's it. Once you have your entire iTunes folder backed up on an external hard drive, that's all you have to worry about. You can stop the video right here. But if you're restoring your computer because you have a virus or it's just going slow or whatever, continue, because this last part of the video is essential. What you want to do once you get your computer back up and running, download iTunes first of all. Now, do not open iTunes yet. Once you install iTunes, do not open it yet. What you want to do before you open up iTunes is you want to take your external hard drive, plug it back in, and you want to take the iTunes folder and you want to bring it back into the music folder using any of the 3 copy and paste methods that that we used a couple minutes ago. Just put it back in the music folder just like this, and then what you want to do is then you open iTunes. The reason why you do not want to open iTunes before you put the music track back is that if you open up iTunes, it will automatically put an iTunes folder back into music, which will screw this whole process up. What you want to do is you want to put the iTunes folder back into music before you open up the program, because when you open up the program and iTunes sees that there's already an iTunes folder in there, it'll be like, oh, I'm not even gonna create an iTunes folder because it's already in there, so it'll just automatically assume, oh, okay, so this is the folder that I'm gonna connect to, and then it'll just completely get all your music back for you into your library. So, just to recap this video, consolidate your files first, then copy all your files over to your external hard drive using one of the 3 copy and paste methods. If you're just backing up your iTunes library, this is where you stop. If you're restoring your computer, then you want to continue with obviously backing up your restoring your computer, and when you're done, put the external hard drive back in and download iTunes. But before you install iTunes, put the folder back in music so that iTunes doesn't get confused and screw everything up. Once iTunes is back in the music folder, then open iTunes, because like I said, once it sees the iTunes folder is already there, it won't create another one. It'll automatically assume that that's the one that you want, that's the folder that you want to get your music from. It'll connect to that one automatically, and you'll get all your music back.